Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by giving you a warm welcome to the Halal webinar series, LPPOM MUI new program, Halal Decree Conversion. It is my pleasure to greet all participants from many countries all over the world in this Monday afternoon, Jakarta time, May 31st, 2021. In this chance, I would like to say welcome the Honorable Ibu Muti Arintawati as the Executive Director of LPPOM MUI, with all Board of Directors, advisors, and all LPPOM MUI's auditors and staffs. Also, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, Halal Certified Companies representatives. You've probably noticed that implementation of the Halal Product Assurance Act here in Indonesia has brought us all in many dynamic situations, especially with some adjustments starting from registration until documents which are issued after the certification process is done. Today, we will hear together the newest update from LPPOM MUI, the update that will make easier the certification process, the update that will answer your unanswered question before, the update could convince you more that LPPOM MUI is the best and right choice as your halal business partner. So hold your horses. We will have two presentation sessions which will be followed by discussion after the two presentations are done. You may drop your questions through a link which have been provided by the committee on the chat room. And if you are interested to have presentation file from the speaker, you are kindly requested to click and fill the feedback link in the end of the event. We will show and drop it later. So without further ado, we will invite Ibu Muti Arintawati as Executive Director to give the presentation. To Ibu Muti, time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. All participants of the Halal webinar series today with topic of LPPOM MUI new program, Halal Decree Conversion. I'm so glad to have you all here so we can, even it's only virtual, but we can see each other through the our laptop. And now, today, I will share to you the new updates of LPPOM MUI program. Hopefully, we are all in good condition, even we are now in the pandemic situation still, but hopefully this pandemic will be over soon, so we can meet face to face again next time. Okay, please allow me to share screen with you.
Ibu Muti?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Pak Rocky?
Yes, we are trying to make you, we are trying to make you as a co-host so you can share your screen there. So please kindly wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, can you see my presentation?
Not yet, Bu.
Yes.
It's already shared now.
Yes.
It's already shared from my
Yes.
side.
Yes, yes.
Can you see? Sorry, can it be seen by the participants?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay,
we can see it.
I think only Rocky cannot see the presentation. Okay, so I will continue the presentation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the topic of today's presentation is about the strengthening synergy and collaboration of LPPOM MUI with halal certified companies. We are so happy and proud to have you all as our clients, as halal certified companies. And now I think Pak Rocky just mentioned about the changes that happen in Indonesia. Now in Indonesia, we all know that since 2014, Indonesia have new regulation that change the certification requirements. That is, in the past, we have the SAL certification as the not mandatory, yeah, but now become mandatory. And after 5 years, so in 2019, the new regulation was started to be implemented. But still, there are some regulation that is still in progress. Not all of the regulation is already in place. So LPPOM MUI have to follow, of course, all the new regulation. And of course, we are doing our best to assist all the certified companies to follow the new regulation and also support your, of course, your business in Indonesia and also in other countries. Yeah, okay, this the presentation content two part. Yeah, the first part is I would like to introduce the LPPOM MUI new management, and the second part is I think this is the most important for you. This is the launching of new LPPOM MUI programs. LPPOM MUI have new management since December 2020, and this new management will do the job for 5 years. Yeah, so this is a mandate for 5 years. So it will be 2020 to 2025. There are some changes of the personnel. In LPPOM, there are some board. First is this board of trustees. So the chairman is the K. Haji Miftahul Ahyar. He is the head of board of trustees and also the head of board of MUI. And the members of this board, there are 4 persons. Yeah, 3 of them, Mr. Anwar Abbas, Mr. Masudi Sud, and Mr. Basri Barmanda. They are also the vice chairman of MUI. And we have here also Mr. Lukmanul Hakim. I think all of us know him well because he was the previous director of LPPOM MUI. And next we have the board of supervisors. Yeah, this is the chairman. Chairman is Mr. Salahuddin Al-Ayub. He is one of chairman of MUI that have responsibility to take care of all issue about halal. And then the secretary of this the board of supervisors is Mr. Amir Shah Tambunan. He is also act as the Secretary General of MUI. There are 3 members of this board. We have Professor Tunteja. He is one of our senior members of LPPOM. And there is Mr. Sarorul Niam Soleh. He is one of the chairman of MUI that have responsibility in fatwa. And the next one is Mr. Rafiqul Umam Ahmad. He is one of the vice secretary of MUI. So this is the board of supervisors. And then we come to the board of directors. This is the new board of directors of LPPOM MUI. Myself, I'm Muti Arintawati. Now I act as the executive director of LPPOM MUI. I replace Mr. Lukmanul Hakim. And then there are 4 directorates under executive director, and each directorate headed by the director. The first one is Mrs. Osmena Gunawan. She is communication director, and then halal audit services director is Mr. Musli. And then the next is Mr. Sumunarjati. He is the operation director. And then we have Mr. Misbahul Ulum. He is a finance director, and the finance deputy director is Mr. Zuhdi. So this is the board of directors that have responsibility to take care of to manage LPPOM in its daily activities. And there is a group of advisors here. We have for each directorate we have advisors. Yeah, I think this is the most you have that have a daily role in the halal certification is the advisors that is in Halal Audit Services Directorate. So we have this Ms. Mulyorini, Mrs. Bettini, Mr. Sugiarto, and Mr. Joko. This is the 4 advisors that involve directly in the activities of halal certification daily. And next, we have also expert team. The chairman of the expert team is Professor Kaswar Samsu, and we have 5 members, Mrs. Purwanti Ningsih, Mrs. Hani, Mr. Ferry, Mrs. Sri Mujani, and also Mr. Priyo. Their role is to give input to the management if there is a new thing that related to the halal certification. For example, like maybe we find something new research about material that need to have halal fatwa. So this expert team will study more about this about the issue, and then they will give input, and then we can bring it to the fatwa commission to get fatwa. This is one of example of their role. We have also managers. Yeah, we have 13 departments in LPPOM MUI. Yeah, the first one is internal control department. Yeah, and this is the manager is Yvonne Widyahtuti, and then there is another one. There is another department, strategic management office department. The manager is Nahdia Hairani, and then laboratory service manager. The manager is Haryani. Corporate secretary manager is Rafki Rana Sasmita, and regional development product manager Aji Jumyono. Business development manager is Ratna Mustika. Customer relationship management manager, it is the department that have very close contact with you, the existing clients of LPPOM. They have, like today, program is part of the customer relationship management department program, and for the future they will have more program that will engage LPPOM and the clients closer. The manager is Nurul Fajrina. And then this is the core process of LPPOM. This is Halal Audit Department. They are, it is the department that have responsibility to manage all the audit, yeah, every day, start from the pre-audit and audit and post-audit. And then they also prepare the report to be brought to the Fatwa Commission. I think it is very important. I believe that you have many contact with them. Yeah, when you process your registration. And then we have, this is one of new our department. We call it as product and process development manager. So this department, sorry. The manager is Cucu Rina Purwaningrum. So this department has responsibility to develop new product LPPOM MUI. Part of the new program that I will explain to you today is developed by this department. So it's also very important. So if you have any input for LPPOM MUI to improve our services, and to have anything, and then you can contact us. You can put your suggestion, your advice to us, and then this department will they will get all the input and then try to put it in program. And this is for internal human capital management. So this is the manager Indah. And we have this information and communication technology department. The manager is Ranti Rizka Ramadini. It is also very important in halal certification process because our online system that we use in halal certification process that we know the name is Serol. This under responsibility of this department. So if you have any complaint about Serol, just let us know, and this department will be responsible to fix anything that is not right. And this is also for, of course, for internal GA manager, and then we have finance and accounting manager department. This is also, I think it's important for you because any fees about the halal certification process will be attached with this department. So if you have any question about the certification fee, the manager will take care of it. Okay, this is the managers of LPPOM MU. I think that's the information about our new management, yeah, that have the work from 2020 to 2025. Okay, I think that's for the introduction of the management of LPPOM MUI. The new management that I lead, I hope that we can be very open to you. We are ready to work with our clients. So if you have any input to us, please feel free to contact us. And of course, what we can talk and we can discuss is something that is not substantial. So if everything that is related to administration, etc., we can discuss and we can improve. But for halal and haram, there is no discussion. It means something that is clear halal then we can, of course, halal is halal, not cannot be changed become haram, and something that is haram, of course, it is clear haram and cannot be changed become halal. So that is substance that we cannot discuss, but other things to improve the service of LPPOM, we can discuss and then get input from you. Up to now, we have very good relationship with the companies, and we have through the communication through some of them they come directly to us, but some of them contact us through the association, and we got very good input from them to improve our performance. So this is the new programs of LPPOM MUI. There we have some programs. Yeah, I will explain one by one. The first one is the MUI Halal Decree Validity. Actually, this is not the policy of LPPOM, but this is policy of MUI. We all aware that since the beginning of the first time MUI issue halal certificate, the validity of the halal certificate is 2 years. And from the beginning, the name of the certificate is the document is MUI Halal Certificate. But with new regulation that was enacted since 2014, there is change of name, because the name of the MUI Halal Certificate. Why? Because the name, the Halal Certificate now issued by BPJPH. It's especially for the Indonesian market. So it is issued by BPJPH based on the halal decree that is issued by MUI. So the name of halal certificate MUI, now we call it as halal decree, and then the certificate belongs to BPJPH. Yeah. Okay, now we can see some articles in our regulations now in Indonesia. The first one is Act number 33, 2014. It is about halal product assurance. In article number 42, it is stated that halal certificate is valid for 4 years since it is issued by BPJPH unless there is a change in the composition of the ingredients. So it means the halal certificate validity is 4 years. And then there is new regulation. It replaced the Halal Product Assurance Act, Act number 11, year 2020. The name of the act is Job Creation Law. In article number 42, there is also a statement about the validity of halal certificate. Halal certificate is valid for 4 years, so it is same with the previous one, since it is issued by BPJPH unless there is a change in the composition of the ingredients. And then next is the government regulation. It is the derivative of the first act, Halal Product Assurance Act. The derivative is the PP or government regulation number 31 year 2019. It is about implementation of halal product assurance. In the article number 78, again, it is stated that the halal certificate validity is for 4 years. BPJPH issues halal certificate and it is valid for 4 years. So it means based on the all regulation now in Indonesia, the validity of a halal certificate issued by BPJPH is 4 years. But up to now, the halal decree that issued by MUI as the reference to issue the halal certificate by BPJPH, the validity is still 2 years. And next, so we need to change that to change the validity of the halal decree of MUI, so it become same with the halal, the validity of the halal certificate of BPJPH. And then next is the again another this regulation. This is the newest one. I'm so sorry, sir. There is I think there is a mistake. This is regulation number 39 to 20 and 21. It should be, this is the newest one. So this is there is a statement, halal certificate is a halal product recognition that issued by BPJPH based on written halal fatwa that issued by MUI. And the article number 118, there is 2 points that the first one, BPJPH and MUI cooperate in terms of determining the halalness of products. So that is the cooperation between BPJPH and MUI. And the second one is halal product determination as referred to point 1 is issued by MUI in the form of halal decree. So it is stated in this government regulation that MUI issued the halal decree as the reference of BPJPH to issue the halal certificate. So because of all this regulation, MUI then issue a decree just in this month, this year, that changed the validity of the halal decree from 2 years to 4 years. So it will be started from the 1st of June. The halal decree of MUI validity will become 4 years. And then there is another thing that we have also to consider, that beside as the halal audit agency refer to the regulation of BPJPH. LPPOM MUI also has a role as halal certification body. Then it is recognized by ESMA. I think we know that ESMA is the Emirates Standard and Metrology agency. This is accreditation body from UAE, and PEPOM is recognized by this organization. So based on this accreditation, halal products with halal MUI decree are accepted in UAE and also other countries that require implementation of standard, the same standard, UAE S 2055. That's 2016. So this is the standard. And the standard is general requirement for halal certification body that is implemented by PEPOM MUI to obtain the accreditation from ESMA. And refer to the standard. The standard requires that the halal certificate must be valid for 3 years. So the validity of the ESMA, the certificate, halal certificate that recognized by ESMA, have to follow these requirements. The validity must be 3 years. So if we PEPOM certify the products for UAE and the surrounding countries for export product to that countries, it means that the halal decree have to have validity for 3 years, not 2 years and not 4 years. So it means that it must follow the requirements. And then GAC, Gulf Country Accreditation Center, in collaboration with National Accreditation Committee or CAN, require that certification bodies accredited by CAN need to comply with these requirements. So because PEPOM MUI is recognized by CAN, so and also ESMA, so it means that we have to follow this requirement. So with this situation, MUI then issue another decree that the halal MUI halal decree validity period for export product can be adjusted according to requirements of export destination country. So it means that for BPGPH certificate, so we follow the Indonesian regulation that the validity of halal decree is 4 years, but for ESMA and other countries, the validity of certificate can be adjusted according to the requirements of the export destination country. So we can make in simple that this is the new policy of MUI, that the validity period of halal decree is changed and adjusted based on the relevant regulation and standard. So start from 1st of June, it means that not the halal decree that is issued on that date, but based on the complete regulation of the company that is start from 1st of June 2021. It means tomorrow. So if you have new registration of maybe the renewal registration and the registration completed tomorrow, so it means it's automatically will follow the new policy of MUI. The decree will be lengthened, so it becomes 4 years. So this new policy can be divided to two groups. Yeah. The first one is the products exported to UAE and other countries with special requirements. Based on the new policy of MUI, the validity of halal decree is 3 years for UAE and the countries that follow same standard. And it can be adjusted to the requirements of the export destination country. Because we have some experience that some countries require, for example, only 1 year validity of certificate. In the past, we did also that we adjusted the validity of the certificate because there is we found in certain countries that only accept certificate with 1 year validity. And we have also other experience that a certain country only accept the shipment certificate or batch certificate. So have to also adjust to that requirement. And other countries, they have also experienced that they ask for certificate to have a statement put on the certificate if the product contain any animal materials. So the halalness of the animal material must be stated on the certificate. So there are some special requirements for certain countries, and MUI policy, the new policy said that the certificate, the decree of MUI can be adjusted to the requirement. And the second one that is for the products that are distributed in Indonesia and maybe also overseas for local Indonesian market. If they have market in Indonesia and also overseas, that without special requirements, the validity can follow the new policy, that is the validity of halal decrees 4 years. So if you have, if there's any special requirements of the export destination country, please contact us. This you can see the email address here, so you can contact to this email, and then we can help you and we can assist you how to adjust to the requirement of the export destination country. Okay, and so this is the in table here, the validity period of halal decree. This a detailed explanation about the new policy. That this is the type of registration. In the past, there is 3 types of registration: new, development, and renewal. So for new registration, in the past, the validity of halal decree is 2 years. Yeah. And for development, the validity of validity period of the decree follow the valid halal decree for the same product group. So if you already have one certificate and you want to add new product, for example, in that belong to the same group, and then you can register as development, and there is no new certificate, but only attachment of the certificate. And we have a renewal process. So the validity of halal decree is also 2 years with the new policy. So the validity period of halal decree is 4 years. So this is the in general, and for the UA product and the surrounding countries, the halal decree is 3 years, and we can also have we can adjust. It can be also adjusted special requirements of the export destination country. So this is the policy now. So this is the next is the this is the content of the halal decree. There is not much changes. We will still use same number of certificates. So it means if you have already this number now, we in the conversion of the decree, you will get same number, but we put here LPPOM before the digit, the number of the certificate, so it will be clear that it is audited by LPPOM MUI, and then we put the serial number of the certificate, of the decree here, and then we add some information here. In the previous, in the current, the previous decree, there is only information of name of the company and address of company, and then we add with the name and address of factory. Yeah, of course, if the number of the factory is more than one, it can be attached. Yeah, can be written as attachment. And then the validity period, of course, it will change, become 4 years. And then for the UA product, it will yeah, so it's almost the same. Yeah, the number will remain the same, but we add UAE, yeah, in here. So after the digit and the number of the certificate, and then we put UAE here. So it is as we know that this is the certificate for UAE and also serial number, just like the previous one. And then the validity period becomes 3 years, and there is special mark that it can be used as certificate for the export purpose. So this is the content of the halal decree. Yeah. Okay, then how about the validity period of halal status or halal certificate? All of you already have that, because without halal status, you cannot get the halal decree, because this is the prerequisite of our FATO Commission, that the halal assurance system must be implemented, and based on that, then the FATO Commission can issue the halal decree. So when you have this, there is a change, the validity period of that change only for halal status. For halal status, the validity period previously is 2 years, and then next will be 4 years. And the validity period of halal certificate will remain the same. So it will be 4 years. There is no change of the validity period of halal certificate. How to process? How is the process to convert the halal decree that you have, that the validity is 2 years, to change it, to convert it to the halal decree that valid for 4 years. So company can propose for halal decree conversion through SERO. So we have the menu in SERO. So next session, there will be an explanation about the how you can do it through SERO with 2 requirements. First, the conversion can be processed for halal decree that issued after 17 October 2021. So after implementation of the halal assurance product law. Yeah. And then the company agree to pay additional fee. There is an additional fee because the validity become 4 years. So it means that there is some additional fee that company need to pay to convert the validity period of the halal decree from 2 years become 4 years. Yeah. How about the ongoing process registration? Maybe now you have a registration in pre-audit step or audit step or post-audit step. So is it possible to also convert it to 4 years validity of halal decree? Yes, you can also have the halal decree that with the 4 years validity period. And you have to follow these 2 things. First one, you have to propose the revision of certification payment to 4 years, to be 4 years, because you already signed the contract payment for only for 2 years. So there will be a change to convert the halal decree become 4 years, and to follow conversion process after halal decree is issued. So you just can follow the ongoing process, and after the halal decree issued, and then you can propose for the conversion. So there is another possibility. Okay, so I think it's clear. And then we have new policy related to the logistic and retailer. Refer to the act of the halal production, halal product. We have the definition of product. That product also cover the services, and logistic and retailer is part of the services. In the previous condition, the output document of certification is only HAS status or HAS certificate for logistic and retailer, but start from 1st June, the document is not only HAS status or HAS certificate, but also halal decree. So the services company can also get halal decree, not only has status. So the company can register for a conversion process if they have already has status or has certificate is issued after 17th October 2021. So this is another policy of LPPOM for logistic and retailer. Okay, next, how about the surveillance? Surveillance is required by FATO Commission. So it is our duty to perform the surveillance on the companies that already have halal decree of MUI. So it is your right to get the surveillance. And also surveillance is required by National Accreditation Committee or CAN in accreditation of halal certification body. So because LPPOM is accredited by CAN, so it means it is our obligation to perform the surveillance. How it is done? Surveillance audit can be done by two ways. The first one is by checking the implementation report. So the company can only send the halal assurance system implementation report, and then our team will check, and then this is become the way of surveillance. And the second one is on-site audit or MOSA, modified on-site audit. So this is the second way to perform the surveillance. So it depends on the implementation of the HAS in your company. So I will explain about the HAS reward. So next, you still have the HAS reward, depend on the status of the HAS implementation that you have. We know that there are three categories. The first is the B HAS status, and A has status, and then has certificate. Yeah, so there is now the HAS reward for the HAS status B, the additional product. If you have new product, it is a development product, the product that is produced in factory that has HAS status or HAS certificate. So the additional product process must be on site on MOSA. The surveillance frequency is 2 times in 4 years, and the surveillance method can be on site or MOSA. And there is a note here that on-site audit of product addition process for company that have B HAS status can be categorized as surveillance audit. So in the same time, you get the on-site audit for new product development, and that can be also recorded as the surveillance. So this is for the B status. And then how about the A status? For the additional product, the process will be on desk, and the surveillance frequency is 2 times in 4 years. And the surveillance method can be on site, MOSA, or just by sending the HAS implementation report to LPPOM MUI. So this is the reward. And then for the HAS certificate holder, for the additional product, the development product, the process will be on desk, and then the surveillance frequency will be only once in 4 years. And then the method of surveillance is only by sending the HAS implementation report. So the surveillance method can be changed depend on the findings of the first surveillance audit. So the default is on site. So if the first, like this is 2 times in 4 years, if the first time it is done by on site, but if there is no critical findings, everything is good, and then maybe the next time, the second time can be MOSA or just based on the report that sent to LPPOM. So it depends on the implementation of the HAS in your company. And then the next is for restaurant. I think it's not that for overseas company, I think it's not that necessary, so I will skip this one. And we go to the next one is for the logistic and retailer. So for this, same, the status will be A and the HAL certificate. And the surveillance frequency also the same, yeah, for the status B and A, the surveillance frequency will be 2 times. It will be twice in 4 years, and the method, but the method is different. For B status, the method will be on-site or MOSA, but for A, it can be on-site, MOSA, or just by sending the HAS implementation report to LPPOM. And for HAS certificate, the surveillance frequency will be only once in 4 years, and the surveillance method is only by sending a HAS implementation report to LPPOM. So this is the reward for the logistic and retailer company. Okay, so that's the first part of the policy, new policy of LPPOM. So I will move to the second part. This is about the extension of material inquiry submission scope. Most of you already use this application, yeah, of LPPOM, that if you have new material that will be used in the product that is already have HALAL certificate, you need to have approval from LPPOM to use before you use that material. So that's only that, but now we change the policy. Yeah, so this is the background of the changes. The first one, there's a need from companies to ensure that the new materials of new products or new material for trial products or new material for sharing phases meet HALAL requirements. So it's the need is not only for the new material, only for products that already have HALAL certificate, but also for new products or for trial products or for the material for product that's use the sharing facilities with the HALAL certified products. So now we will also, you can also submit that inquiries to us to get the approval. And the second one is to accelerate the HALAL certification process of product addition by proposing approval of new material before the registration through inquiry material approval on SERO. So it means that when you get that approval, new material that has been approved through inquiry material doesn't need to be registered during registration of product addition. So if you already get that approval when you register new product, then you don't need to upload or to register to the SERO like new material because everything already in our database, so you don't need to register during the registration of new product addition. So it means that the process will be faster. So this is the policy about the inquiry material menu on SERO. So before the inquiry material menu on SERO is used for new material approval that is used for HALAL certified product. There is an exception that you don't need to get this approval for material that is in the HALAL positive list material and material that have MUI HALAL certificate. Yeah, jadi so if this is already certified by MUI, then that is listed in our website, so you don't have to get the approval. But next, yeah, the inquiry material menu on SERO is used for new material approval with this 3 conditions. First, new material is used for HALAL certified products, so it is same like before. The second one is the new materials used for new product that will be HALAL registered. So before you register the new product, and then you already get the approval for the new materials. And the third one, that materials that used by product which is used in sharing facility. So if you have a facility that is used for the HALAL certified products and you want to produce another product that is not HALAL certified, by having this kind of approval, so it is clear that the material is can meet the requirement. It won't affect the fulfillment of the halal requirement. So it means that by having this kind of approval, the process of halal certification will be faster and will be, of course, will be easier. All of these new services of LPPOM is, it means that it's free. So it means that it's already included in the certification fee, no additional fee for this kind of services. Okay, we move to the next section. Is about the halal certification process acceleration program. So this is again a program that we have to adjust our process to the government regulation. So this is the background that in the news. The latest government regulation, this PP number 39, 2021, there is a limitation of the duration process of halal certification. So the company, Indonesian local company, the total days of halal certification process is only maximum 25 days. Actually, the time should be only 15 days and then can be extended 10 days, become 25 days. And it includes the process from the registration to BPJPH until the process of the halal, the certificate issued by BPJPH. And for the overseas company like you all, the length of the certification process should be only 15 days, start from you register to BPJPH until you get the certificate, only 15 days with 15 days extension. So it means that the total length of the certification process will be maximum only 30 days. It is a good news, of course. You can get the faster process, but it needs a very high effort from both sides, from LPPOM sides and also from company sides. Because if LPPOM cannot meet this requirement, and then we have to terminate the process, and we have to pay back all the fee, and BPJPH will take care of it. And if the company cannot fulfill this, so it can say that because of many, you are not well prepared, and then you cannot fulfill all the requirement in 30 days, the process also will be terminated. It means that you cannot get the halal decree. And of course, if you don't have halal decree, you cannot get halal certificate, and all the certification fee that you have paid will be burned. So this need good cooperation between LPPOM and companies. The better preparation you do, so the process will be easier. But without good preparation, it means that there is no toleration. In the past, LPPOM usually gave so long toleration, yeah. But now, we refer to this new regulation, there is no toleration. So you have to pay attention of this new regulation to make sure that you can fulfill the requirements of the length of the halal certification process. LPPOM already prepare the program to shorten the process. Yeah, we have two new programs. First is accelerating the auditor assignment. Sometimes we receive complaints from companies that it is long to get the assignment of the auditor. So now we will assign the auditor as soon as possible. Yeah, when you finish, we complete the registration and we will check all the completeness of the basic requirement, and then we will as soon as possible assign the auditor. And the second one is there will be assignment of one auditor to handle the whole process from pre-audit until post-audit. So it means you will have one contact person who will take care, who will handle the whole process. So the communication will be more intensive, responsive, and also effective. So by having this one special auditor to take care of the whole process, we hope that the process can be easier and also faster. And again, in order to achieve the goal of accelerating certification program, cooperation from the company is required. So we have to work together. We have to have a good cooperation to make the process become faster and easier. It's not only from our side, but it's from both sides. Okay, the next information that I want to share you is about the services of LPPOM MUI Laboratorium lab. We have lab, halal lab. So we have this update, yeah. The halal lab of LPPOM MUI was established in 2011, yeah, and then in the old office, still in the old office, but and then when we moved to the new office, we have the new building, and also we have the new lab in 2014. The lab was already accredited by CAN for SNI and ISO 17025 since September 2016, and it is as the first laboratory in Indonesia that accredited for porcine DNA analysis for the coverage of pharmaceutical samples, spices, and flavors. And then now our laboratory is not only give service for the halal certification process, but also for other process. So we want to have the one-stop service laboratory with services. Of course, the first one is the halal testing that cover identification of DNA species, identification of pig-specific protein, ethanol content, water permeability test, and identification of skin morphology. This is for halal. And for other services, we also give service for product quality testing like nutritional fact test, proximate test, vitamin fats and derivatives, and also food safety testing like heavy metal residue test, methanol residue, and formaldehyde and borax. And the last one is microbiological test. We will also improve our service for the testing of the microbiological items. Yeah. So this is the information about our the update of LPPOM MUI lab service. So this is of course, if you have your product market Indonesia, so by using our lab, it will be very it will give a benefit for you, yeah, to have the lab analysis result that can support the halal certificate. Okay, for the next is the information of the exclusive contact for conversion program. So when you want to have to convert the validity of your halal decree, then we have service for this. There will be an exclusive contact. We have customer relationship team of LPPOM MUI with this. This is the email address, and also there are two persons that will assist you. There will be Bila and Nanda, so you can have the numbers of the contact, so you can contact them and you can ask them if you need any assistance. And then this is the the channels of information of LPPOM MUI. We have, of course, website, and that we have social media, but I'm sorry that the social media is still in Bahasa. I think it's difficult for you to follow this one. Of course, to have the for the certification process, we have this website, yeah, for Sero, and that we have WhatsApp service through this number, and we have mobile apps. I think it is also in Bahasa, yeah. And then we have call center. So if you have any question, that you can contact also this number, but it is only in office hours in Indonesian time, not American time, not European time. So we have to adjust the time with Indonesian time. And of course, you have the email services. So if you have anything that you want to ask, you can just contact this channel of information, or you can contact the previous one. This is the exclusive contact for the conversion program. We are free to be, if you need, you want to give any input, you want to have any suggestion or advices, and then just let us know, and then we will consider all input that you give to us. Because for us, all input is for the sake of the improvement of LPPOM MUI. We are ready to work together with all our customers, our clients, to improve our performance and give the best services for you. And the last one is this is our new program, yeah, in this pandemic situation. It is difficult to have physical contact, and then we create this program. This is the program for discussion with LPPOM through video teleconference. Yeah, so you can, if you need spatial discussion with our team, and then you just can contact us, and then this is the link that you can register, and you can have the team will give you time to have special discussion with you. So LPPOM is we believe that we can be your halal industry strategic partner. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. Next session, my colleague will explain in technical how to follow the conversion process of the validity of halal certificate. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pak Rocky?
Yes.
Okay, I will stop sharing. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Ibu Muti, for the explanations. So basically, we have known that LPPOM MUI has 3 new products. So the first one is the conversion of the halal decree. And the second one is the inquiry material development also. So now you can register your material for the uncertified product for free. And the third one is the acceleration audit program. So hopefully those 3 products, those 3 new products will make the certification process more easier and can satisfy you more in certification process. So now we will have the second presentations. It will be delivered by the manager of customer relationship management. So to Ibu Nurul, time is yours.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bapak Rocky, can you hear my voice, Pak?
Yes, we can hear you.
So it's clear, ya?
Okay.
Kita mau cantikannya. Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity. So after Bu Muti explain about the regulation and also the policy for our new programs. I will explain more details regarding the technical of halal certification registration. So there are three topics of this session. Yeah, I will deliver how to apply for halal certification that for product that marketed in Indonesia and outside Indonesia. And the second one is how to apply the halal certification product for the UAE market. And also, and the last one is the registration for conversion of halal certificate for 4 years. So the first one, as we know that Indonesia have new regulation regarding the UU-GPH of halal certification process. So the flow of halal certification is now nowadays being updated. So now for company that want to market their product in Indonesia, they must follow the new rules according to our regulation, and also has to register to the application in C-Halal. So in here, I will explain more details regarding the flow of the certification process for product that market in Indonesia. So the first, a company must register through the The first company must register to C-Halal. So as you know, the C-Halal is one of the portal for registration to Indonesia governments, and after the company register to C-Halal, so they will get the STTD, or we can call letter of registration. So commonly in Indonesia, we will call it STTD. Yeah, and after that, after the STTD issued, the company can download the STTD from C-Halal and submitted the STTD to our system in Serol. And also after the company registered through Serol, they will get the halal decree from Fatwa MUI, and after they get the halal decree from MUI, they will change the halal decree and submitted the STTD to BPJPH to proceed the halal certificate of Indonesia. So that's all for the halal certification process. Now, what is the document that need to be submitted to the C-Halal? Yeah, so there are 8 documents that need to be submitted to C-Halal through the portal that you can see in the slides. Yeah, okay, for the first document is application letter, and the second is the registration form, and also the business license and halal supervision determination letter, and a letter and name and type of the product, and also list of materials, and a list of manufacturing process, and the last one is halal assurance system documents. So all of the 8 documents, actually, you can either you can submit by yourself, or you can download the application and registration letter through the C-Halal portal or BPJPH website. But if you want to know more details regarding the documents, you can contact our customer care service to get the assistance. Okay, so in Serol, actually, we will update the application type. There are three types of applications nowadays, and the first is regular registration that you already use for making halal certificate previously, and the second one is HAS registration. This is actually new application in Serol, but actually has been applied previously for a company that will accelerate the HAS status. And the last one, the newest one, is a UAE registration. So if you want to register for UAE registration, you can apply through this option, yeah, UIA registration. So the other step for all the application in Serol is the same. So all you need to do is just choose the application type through the Serol and follow the step like you used to register through Serol before. So the second explanation is about how to apply for a halal certification product that market to UAE. Okay, so as you know that LPPOM MUI already accredited for UAE certificate. So since 2000 since 3 years since 4 years earlier, LPPOM MUI can certificate can be used to export the product to UAE. So for the application to UAE, simply you just choose the UAE type in this application type, and then after that you input all the product list that will be exported to UAE. It is important for you, so the certificate will be listed for all the product that are registered to this application. And after you submitted all the registration and the data through this registration, the LPPOM MUI will be audit for the food safety only, and including the HACCP and also the food safety system, and also the verification of product packaging labels. Okay, so here in this application, in UAE application, we require you to fill the pre-inspection of food safety implementation and labeling of product, yeah, UAE product. So this pre-inspection actually will be given to the auditee before audit conducted to the company. But if you want to know more about the pre-inspection form, you can ask to our customer service team, yeah, to read more details regarding this pre-inspection. Okay, so simply company just fill the form and as a pre-inspection before the food safety audit was conducted, and also we propose this pre-inspection so the audit of food safety can be done effective and efficient. And the last topics is how to register for the conversion of halal degree. So in this process is very important for you, because if you want to extend your halal certificate from 2 years into 4 years, you need to follow the steps in the Serol. So first, all you have to do is get the letter of registration, or we call it STTD, by applying to BPJPH through the portal that we informed you before. And after that, you go to the Serol to register for the conversion through the menu called certificate conversion. So in this menu, you will see all the registration that you've done to get halal certificate, and also the data of your product list and the halal certificate that you get before. So in this menu, you can see the details of each registration that has been proceed to get halal degree or halal certificate. And after you see the details, you can proceed all the registration into in this menu, yeah, in certificate conversion menu. So in here, if you after you proceed the certificate conversion, you will see the agreement. So here I will show you the preview of Serol menu for the details. If you click view button in the menu of certificate conversion. So in here you can see the registration number, the certificate number that you've get before, and the product group, and also the facility and the list of product. Here you can check whether the data are already sufficient or not. If your data is not sufficient, you can call our customer service to get the revision. Okay, so after you check all the data in the view button or in the details menu, you can proceed the data by clicking the process button below here. After you click process, you will see the certification conversion agreement, and in here, as you can see, you can read carefully for the agreement of this conversion program, and after you agree, you can click agree and submit button in below. So after you agree about the agreement of conversion program, we will proceed your payment. So you will get the payment or conversion fee through this menu. Yeah, we call it akad payment conversion. So in here you can check the akad payment fee that we will be charged for 4 years of conversion of halal certificate, and after we proceed the akad payment, you will get the halal certificate of conversion for 4 years. So in here, I want to give you more details regarding this program. First, for the halal certificate conversion of these 4 years, you will restart the date of the halal certificate that you get before. So if you get a halal certificate that will valid until 2022, if you follow this conversion program that will issued in 2021, so the halal certificate conversion that will be issued is from 2021 until 2025. So in 4 years from now, if you converts your halal certificate into 4 years, so you just need to re-certificate or extend your certificate in 2025. Yeah. Okay. So after you get the halal certificate, after we issued your halal certificate for conversion program, you will get you can download the halal certificate for your 4 years halal certificate in the download certificate in this menu. Okay. So after you get the halal certificate from or halal degree from LPPOM MUI, and you also have the STTT from BPJPH, so you can convert to BPJPH halal certificate also. Okay. So as Ibu Muti informed earlier, if you want to know more about the halal certificate conversion program, you can contact our CRM team through this email or through this WhatsApp or WhatsApp number or telephone number. Or also you can contact us through the live chat in our Serol system. So you can we can give you more details regarding this conversion program. I think that's all from me, Bapak Rocky. I will give back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ibu Nurul, for the explanation. So we have heard about 2 presentations about the new product of LPPOM MUI and the technical how to register halal decree conversion. So now we are going to enter the discussion session. Our team has received so many questions here. We will have like 30 minutes for discussion, and I think so Ibu Muti and Ibu Nurul, so are you ready for discussion session? Hello?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Pak Rocky.
All right. Okay, so now it is a question for Ibu Muti. So it is from Miss or Mr. I don't know, Huwaina from LKK. So the question is, if application for development products, should applicant go through BPGPH first and get approval from BPGPH and then apply with MUI afterwards, or can we skip the BPGPH? So that's the first question, Bu. So maybe you can just answer one by one. We can go for Ibu Nurul's questions. Here we have some question for Ibu Nurul. First one is, can you share the effective date of implementation of this validity of certificates?
Okay, thank you for the question, Pak Rocky. So actually, for effective date of this halal conversion program will be effectively start from 2nd June 2021. So it will be effectively start for from Wednesday this week.
Okay, so this week the new halal decree validity will start to implement it. Okay,
that's right.
So that's a good news. Okay, thank you, Ibu Nurul. So I think the next one again for Ibu Nurul first. It is for adding in raw material in inquiry material. Is there any specific guideline if the raw material to be added is gelatin?
Oh.
Are there any additional conditions?
Okay, Pak Rocky. For gelatin, actually, our requirement is clearly has to be halal certificate if the gelatin is derived from animal or animal derivative. So if you have halal certificate for this gelatin, so simply you just upload the document and also the details of the material through our inquiry material in Serol.
Okay.
Okay.
That is all.
Yeah. That's for that's the gelatin is especially for the gelatin from that derived from animal. But if the gelatin is derived from fish or fish bone, you can use another halal document such as flowchart and statement, pork-free statement. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so it is clear. So if you have a new gelatin for your raw material, the sufficient documents is halal certificate if it is derived from bovine or cow. Yes, thank you very much, Bu Nurul, for the answers. We will continue the questions to Ibu Nurul because I think he seems to be ready to be questions there.
Okay.
Okay. So the next question is, we are exporting products to both UAE and Indonesia, other countries also. So do we have to follow which validity period? So maybe it is these questions will be which validity, which
validity? Yeah.
halal
Okay.
decree? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. So actually, if you have both registration for UAE and for regular registration, so you will have to register for two types of application. So first, you have to register for regular registration that the halal validity will be 4 years. And if you want to register for UAE product, so you need to register. You need to apply also for the UAE application. So you will get two types of halal degree that will be issued for 4 years and 3 years for each application. That's all, Pak Rocky.
Okay, Bu Nurul, thank you for the clear explanation of the questions. Okay, so now maybe we go again to Ibu Nurul. It is about, okay, so previously we have talked about the starting date of the conversion. But now, is there any deadline for the conversion of decree?
Hopefully, we can reach for all the existing customers that will convert their certificate into 4 years. So we have target that all our customers that already get halal decree of MUI that valid for 2 years converts all their certificate into 4 years. That's all our target. So actually, there is no specific date for the conversion program has to end. That's all, Pak Rocky.
Okay, so thank you, Ibu Nurul, for the answers. I think, again, because we are still waiting the update from Ibu Muti. So it is for Ibu Nurul. So how about the status of halal certificate that have being post audit now? So it is in post audit. They have already done for the online audit. So is the halal certificate valid for 4 years?
For halal registration that being processed now in our Serol, we will give them the choice to convert their halal certificate into 4 years. Actually, for the existing registration now is still the validation is still 2 years, but we will give them offer to join our new program start from this June to convert their registration and the registration process into 4 years. So at the end of this audit, at the end of the registration, they will get the halal certificate for 4 years validity. Is it clear, Pak Rocky?
Yes. Yes, it is clear. Okay, so now we are hearing a voice from Ibu Muti.
Okay, yeah. Sorry,
Yes.
Rocky, and also all ladies and gentlemen, there was a technical problem here. I hope
Yes.
you can hear my voice now clearly.
Yes, we can hear you, Ibu.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, Ibu.
Okay.
So we start again, Ibu, for the first question. So it is about
The first question.
yes, this is from Ibu Huwaina from LKK. If application for development products, should applicant go through BPJPH first and get approval from BPJPH, then apply with MUI, or can we skip the BPJPH?
Okay, the first question. For the products that marketed in Indonesia, you need halal certificate from BPJPH. So when you need the halal certificate from BPJPH, it means that you have to go through BPJPH for each registration. But if you have market outside Indonesia and you can use also the halal decree of MUI to have market in the other countries, so you can just go directly to LPPOM. So you can only register to Serol and to get halal decree of MUI and can use it to market your product outside Indonesia. But for Indonesia, you need BPJPH halal certificate. I hope it's clear.
Yes, Ibu. I think it is clear for the answers. And the second question from the same person, how to renew HAS certificate? So will it align with MUI decree certificate and BPJPH halal certificate for the HAS certificate, Bu? For the HAS certificate.
Okay, sure. Of course, it is the best thing if you have the same validity period for decree, halal certificate of BPJPH, and also the HAS status and HAS certificate. So it is possible. But the first thing that we have the program now is for you that need a certificate from BPJPH to have the conversion from 2 years to 4 years. And along the time, you can discuss how to align the validity of period of the certificate of HAS or status of HAS with the validity period of the halal decree of MUI. Yeah. So the priority is to make you fulfill the requirement for Indonesian market. So that is the main program. But of course, it will be we will also have the program to make it everything aligned. Yeah, okay, Pak Rocky.
Okay, Ibu, thank you for the answers. So now we are going to continue the next questions. It is from Vaibhav Parwatikar. So I think it is, you can just simply re-explain again, Ibu, about this one, because the question is, will the existing certificate validity be changed to 4 years by default?
Yeah, I think it's clear already, yeah, I explained and also by Nurul that it is not, you have to re-register, yeah, to re-register your product, your certificate, yeah, to convert the validity period of halal certificate. So if you don't re-register your product or your registration, and then we will waiting until the end of or the expiry date of the halal decree, and then you renew the halal decree, and then you will get the 4 years. Yeah, but for again, if you need the halal certificate of BPJPH, the best thing is you reapply your products as soon as possible, so you can get the halal decree for 4 years, and then you can get also the halal certificate from BPJPH for the Indonesian market.
All right.
Okay, Rocky? Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I think it is very clear, Ibu, from the explanation. So now, again, it is because question for Ibu Nurul is already answered by Ibu Nurul previously. So we are going to Bu Muti again. Ibu Muti, for HAS status that will expire in 2024. So I think it is a HAS certificate, I think. Do we have to convert according to the new policy?
The conversion is for the halal decree, yeah.
Yep.
But as I explained, my answer to the first, I think the second question, yeah, about the how to align the MUI decree certificate and BPJPH halal, sorry, and validity halal HAS certificate. So so the first thing is you get the halal decree of MUI for 4 years. That's the first thing. And at the same time, we can make the alignment between the validity period of the halal decree and also HAS certificate or HAS status. So we can combine it in the same time. You just contact our team, and then we can discuss how to adjust the validity period of all documents that you have. Yeah,
okay. Yes, thank you very much, Ibu Muti, for the answers. Maybe one more for Ibu Muti before we go back to Ibu Nurul. It is about, it is from Aiza Aizana. So what does the meaning of halal decree conversion after 17 October 2021? Maybe some statement that you have stated on your presentation. You can explain more again about that.
Okay, yeah. You know that the starting of implementation of the government regulation, Indonesian government regulation, was started from 17 October 2019. So before that, it was not yet the implementation of the new regulation. So this conversion is only for the decree that was issued after the implementation of the government regulation. So if you have the decree before 17 October of 2019, you just can directly renew the decree, and you can get the 4 years halal decree.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, thank you, Ibu, for the answers.
Yeah,
so
okay,
hope it will answer your questions. So now we are moving to Ibu Nurul. So Ibu Nurul, we have one question for you. So it comes from Chunyan from Sinchung. So the 2-year surveillance, if has A, do we need to register material list, product list, matrix, has documents like renewal registration now?
Okay, so I will maybe the explanation before is not quite clear ya Pak Rocky. So for this registration actually you just need to submit your registration through the new menu certificate conversion. So if you once you proceed, all you have to do is just submit the registration, and then there is no document that need to be submitted, and you just need to make sure that if you want to get a halal certificate from BPJPH, you have to get a STPD. So after that, after you proceed, you pay the akad payment for the 4 years validity, and after that we will issue the halal certificate for 4 years validity, halal certificate, and also has status certificate that you've been received before. So all the document that you receive from LPPOM MUI will be converted into 4 years without submitted any document. So you just need to make sure that you have STPD for BPJPH if you will market the product into Indonesia, and after that you will get the halal certificate for 4 years validity from LPPOM MUI. That's all, Pak Rocky. So you don't need to upload the product, the material list, or the HAS document. That's no need to be uploaded. That's all, Pak Rocky.
Okay. Yes, so that is all for the answer. I think we still have time for discussion of like 10 minutes more, because we are flooded by the questions from the participants. Maybe we can go back again to Ibu Muti. Ibu Muti, the question is from Ibu Huwaina again, from LKK. So she is hoping that yep.
I think if you have door prize, and the Huwaina will get it because she already have more than one question.
Yes. So hopefully the team provided the door prize for some participants. So we can check it later, Bu.
Okay, please continue. Sorry.
Yes. Okay, Bu. So actually she is hoping that BPJPH to do a conference like this also, Bu, because they have so many questions to them. So can MUI, we collaborate with them and link to industry players at the overseas. So maybe we can be a bridge like that, Bu.
We aware that there are many questions, especially from the overseas company, about the implementation of the Indonesian regulation. Yeah, and we also still have many unanswered questions. We will try our best to communicate these issues with BPJPH. If possible, maybe we can have the joint forum like this, and we can invite our customers and clients to join the forum, and we can discuss together. At least maybe we can collect what we are doing now is we collect all questions that raised from our customers. We are collecting all the questions, and we will bring the questions to BPJPH and get the answer from them. So after we get the answers, and then we will distribute all the answers to our customers. I think that's what we are trying to do now. But if it's possible, we can also discuss it at BPJPH if it's possible to have this kind of forum together.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
I think
important.
It is everyone's wish for especially for the companies overseas to get the explanation directly from BPJPH and from MUI also, which has a big role in this certification process. Okay, so question for Ibu Muti again. How to get BPJPH certificate after getting an MUI halal decree? How to get it? And how long does it take for the BPJPH certificate to be issued?
Yeah, I think it's better Nurul to.
Yeah.
to
Yes,
answer
okay.
this,
So
Yeah,
Ibu Nurul
okay.
can answer that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Pak Rocky. Actually, before I answer the question, I will also explain about the Chunyan question before about the surveillance. So for the surveillance, actually, you don't need to upload anything, Chunyan, because all the data that we receive in Serol system already recorded. So company don't need to upload anything for the surveillance. Yeah, that's the answer for the surveillance. And actually, for the how to get the halal certificate from BPJPH, the company need to apply. First, a company need to get the STTD first, and then attach the STTD and the halal decree from MUI through the email of BPJPH. So maybe for the technical assistance, you can ask to our customer care for more details about the email of BPJPH. So you can submit the STTD and halal decree to BPJPH to get the halal certificate from BPJPH. So for the halal certificate, all you need to do is to attach the halal decree and STTD into their email, yeah, to get the halal certificate from BPJPH. And how many the how many days to proceed the halal certificate with BPJPH? So actually, from the information that I get from BPJPH, they will proceed the halal certificate mostly 7 days, maximum 7 days, or to get the halal certificate from BPJPH. So I think that's all, Pak Rocky, for the BPJPH. Maybe is
Yes.
it clear?
Yes. Yes, thank you very much, Ibu Nurul, for the answers.
Pak Rocky, can I add
Yes.
something? Yeah.
Yes, Ibu, please.
Okay, so refer to the government regulation PP 39 2021. So there is a very exact time limit for each step of the halal certification. So for BPJPH to issue the halal certificate of BPJPH, they only have 1 day after they get the result of halal decree from MUI. So if everything is already implemented, so it means that after they get the decree, it is decided by Fatwa Commission of MUI that the products are halal, and MUI will issue the halal decree, and then in 1 day the BPJPH will issue the halal certificate. Yeah, but it's not yet implemented well, but in the future it will be like that. Ya, itu oke Pak Rocky.
Yes. Thank you very much, Ibu, for the additional information. Yes, basically, if we read the government regulation, it is clearly mentioned and it is clearly stated how many days should we do in several steps. So, if you have chance to read it, also you can read it clearly for that government regulation. Okay, I think we have last two more questions. It is for Ibu Muti. This is for Bu Muti from Konde Prater Halal Balancing. I'm sorry if I'm not I spell it wrong. So what is the purpose of uploading raw material not used in certified products in inquiry material menu? What is the concern, or could they be refused, and why? That is about the inquiry material.
Okay. This is for the inquiry material inquiry, ya, Pak Rocky,
Yep.
ya?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So previously we only accept the inquiries for material that is used only for the halal certified products. But in future we also accept the materials that is used not only for the halal certified products. For example, if you have a product in the same line production with the halal certified products, but it is not halal certified. But you have to make sure that this material fulfill the requirement of the sharing facility. So you can give, you can ask the approval from LPPOM to make sure that the material is okay to be used in the same facility with halal certified products. Other things, if you want to have new product, yeah, you have new product, new registration, then you want to have to use new materials. So you can also get approval before you register the new product. In the past, you have to first you need to register the new products, and when you want to add new material, you get the approval. But now, before you register the new material, you can already get the approval for the material for the new product. So when you register the product, the information of new material is already in our database. It means that you don't have to upload too many the data or documents, because it's already in our system. So it makes your work become easier. I think that's all, Pak Rocky.
Okay, Ibu.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, thank you very much. So the last questions will be a question for Ibu Nurul. So I think it is very technical. From Shah from Kosan International. Hi, we are currently in the process of renewing the certificate. So what is the very first thing that we need to do regarding this conversion? Maybe you can just guide all the participants here who in the middle of their registration process now.
Okay. So actually, Pak Rocky, for the company that's still in the middle of registration in Serol, they don't need to convert the halal certificate through the new menu of certificate conversion. So basically, we will offer them, or if they want to get halal certificate conversion, they simply just email us, and we will give them the offering letter for the this new program. So we will explain more detail through the email. If they email us to our email, yeah. So I will show one more time for the contact. It's details of our contact for the exclusive contact of 4 years program. So basically, company can contact to our email to customer.experience@halalmui.org, or they can contact through WhatsApp chat, or short SMS, yeah, to this number. So there are 2 exclusive contact person for this new program. So we will send you the offering letter, or if you want to contact us first, you can contact us through this email, yeah, for more details of our new programs. Thank you, Pak Rocky.
All right. So thank you very much, Ibu Nurul and Ibu Muti, for the time. Because we know that we have so many questions that is not answered here in live session, but don't worry, dear participants. Our team will answer your questions, your unanswered questions, and we will compile it, and we will share the recap of the answer of all questions from the participants together with the presentation file from the speakers. So again, thank you very much, Bu Nurul, Ibu Muti. So now we are in the end of the event. Yes, we thank for Ibu Muti and Ibu Nurul for the explanations. We know both of you have a very tight schedule. So thank you for spare and taking time to join here so we can hear the update from LPPOM MUI. Again, if you are interested to have presentation file and also the recap of the answer of the questions, you are kindly requested to click and fill the feedback link that will be shared by the committee, by the team through the chat room or simply scan the QR code. If yes, the QR code there on the screen. So it is link for the feedback. You are kindly requested to fill in, and after that you will have the presentation file from the speakers. Okay, so on behalf of all committee today, we thank also for all participants for making time to join us here today. We look forward to seeing you at the next event. So I am Rocky signing off. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.